It's time to rip all of this out of the room. So part of what I'm doing is going to be attaching sheet metal to the bottom of the desk so that I could use these 3D printed LTT magnetic wire management style magnet things, sure, under the desk to hold wires in whatever place I want, not in predetermined spots where there's screws or anything like that. Sheet metal on the desk that's magnetic, and I can just put them anywhere I want. It's gonna be awesome. Before I start pulling anything out though, I need to actually mark down where I'm gonna put that sheet metal because it doesn't span the entire desk. So I'm gonna get under there and put some marker marks, and there we go. Probably somewhere between there, and I'd say maybe like around here. All right, let's stop pulling all the stuff out. Some progress in the setup before I break for dinner. Yeah, everything's off the table, but it goes to show you like how it can really look. This is some of it pulled down here, and yeah, I still got a lot more to pull out before I can even get the desks off to do some of the stuff that I need to do. So we press on. Look who showed up. Daniel.
3:28 a.m.
Help arrived earlier to help put some things up, cut down that to give me a little bit more freedom on the sides, and put up the additional pegboards, and also screw the sheet metal to the bottom of the tables, which you guys can see here. There's sheet metal right there now, and I'll be able to magnetically do anything I need. This one got a smaller piece there, and it's the same on this one. Now, I haven't gotten to that point yet. After we did all that and they left, I took a break, and then I got back to work getting LED strip put back in, and getting some of the cabling and power put back in. I have my 3D printer's power cable waiting here. Surge protectors are there. I have additional power there. That one's for the test bench. That one's for the monitor. Until NUC is going to go in that spot. There's an additional open plug there. Yeah, we're getting staged and ready. Tomorrow, we'll make some more progress.
Tomorrow.
Fast forward a couple of days, and most of this process was streamed. I'll be using some of the footage in this video, but fast forward a couple of days. Here I am, day 3 actually, and most of the stuff is back in the room, but I'm definitely nowhere near done. I have tables full of stuff, and yeah, I have all this to do. You see all those cables, so next update, all that will be managed. I need to ask you something. Are you subscribed to our YouTube channel? Because if you're not, hit that subscribe button, and also follow over on Twitch. Links are right over here. All right, I'm out of here. I don't like it over there. So I also had a few power bricks down here, and I tried doing these with Velcro at first. It wasn't the greatest, but again, these aren't the official LTT magnetic cable management things. These are 3D printed versions of it. All credit to LTT, of course. So I just used some double-sided tape. I got good double-sided tape, so I think they're gonna hold pretty good.
6 hours later.
We are back in business. One major thing though that I ran into is that one of the things I removed from my setup was a 4-port VGA based KVM, and I put in a 2-port DisplayPort KVM. So that way I have a station here and then the main station with the Intel NUC right there. And the KVM, well, it did not like the old test bench monitor that I had, which is VGA and DVI only. The KVM, I used an active DisplayPort to DVI adapter, so digital to digital. Nothing worked. It was, I even ordered replacement parts and everything and tried different adapters and different configurations. Nothing. None of it worked until I decided to take that old monitor away. That's when I stored down there. Bring up this one, which is a spare monitor that I use. I take around for LAN parties because it's high refresh and it looks really good. This is a BenQ monitor and it does have a DisplayPort. And when I plug that into the KVM, boom, everything worked perfectly. And so now I can switch between stations and I have the spare monitor there. This monitor is actually a little bit bigger and nicer, so that's nice. And everything has been put back in place. The wire management now, check that out. Everything is all up in there using the magnetic cable managers. I had to do some changes over there and add a piece to, turn the light on. Now you can see here, kind of like a caterpillar. Didn't end up being completely perfect, but it's still pretty good. Everything over there is grouped together, but it's all off the ground and it looks great. Over on this side, same thing. We had a smaller piece of metal there. Ended up using all the managers that I printed, and like 20 of them, so it was a lot. This section, I ended up not using the sheet metal there because I took it from there and I put it over there for the extra distance that way. But I did have a few things, but I didn't have too much going on here, just a few cables. So everything's off the ground. Everything looks good. I store an extra monitor down there. And it looks great. Everything came out great. Ooh, also, I took the opportunity to take the NAC Habitat, the NAC back Elgato prompter stuff in there, and I put a new plate on it that, well, only he was producing. So that worked out, and now my A5100 can mount there a lot better than it was kind of janky in the past. Thank you, knackers.
Mom wants you to clean your room and to make your PCs float in the air.
That's my 3D printer right there, Bamboo Lab A1. It made the magnetic cable managers that were LTT inspired that I used everywhere in the room, and then also printed the stand I mentioned over there on the portable screen. But also, what I plan to do now that I have pegboard on this side is I want this to be the 3D printer corner. Now that I've added this to my configuration where it previously wasn't there when I originally built everything. Stuff had been added and added and added, and now it's time to re-optimize. So that's what I'm doing. This is going to be the 3D printer corner, and that cabinet is going to be dedicated to 3D printer stuff. So that takes me to stage 2 of all of this. Every single one of these drawers is going to be emptied out, and everything is going to be resorted and put back in. Any trash that needs to come out is going to come out, but anything that needs to go back in, everything is going to make sense where it's at. Right now, there's just stuff everywhere. As you know, that's what happens with drawers over the course of several years, but we're going to fix that. So that's going to happen by itself, no video. You guys don't need to see me taking stuff out of drawers and putting stuff back in drawers, because in the end the room is going to look very much the same as this because the drawers are just going to be close. You guys don't see that part.
I've also had this table on sliders in my setup I use to move around the room as needed depending on the kind of content I'm doing, and it's height adjustable too. I 3D printed this stand, modding magnets into it since it would sit on a metal shelf, and added a portable monitor to the setup. One of my goals with all this was also to easily move a portable monitor from my side PC setup over to my work table to quickly have a screen for PC builds and troubleshooting. And then when all is said and done, I could just move the table back out of the way and get all that space back. It all comes together very well, and I love it. What do you guys think? So then it became time to test, and what better way to do that than to do a stream where I have to put everything to work, lights, cameras, all of it. And the very first thing I noticed was my main RGB strip around my desk wasn't working. Now my 3D printer's in the way, damn it. I guess during wire management stuff, I accidentally pulled it out, and I didn't catch that until I started streaming, so I went and took care of that. RGB intensified. And then I decided to test out the overhead camera on my build table setup by building a computer on my test bench using this motherboard that I got on AliExpress. I wanted to make sure the motherboard worked, figured the stream was a good place to do that. And with that, here's the setup in all its glory. If you have any questions about my setup, drop a comment down below and I'll make sure to answer them. Make sure you check the description for links to everything that I talked about or featured in this video. If you like this video, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button and that bell so you don't miss a single upload. Also, I stream to Twitch every Friday at 8 p.m. Pacific at twitch.tv/coalitionchris. So feel free to stop by, drop a follow, and let's talk tech and setups. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.